So it's extremely special and an unexpected honor to be inducted into the Legends of Laurier this evening. Such a fantastic group of inductees. Congratulations to all of you tonight. And when I was sitting at the table, I was just wondering out loud if a guy like Ted Passmore might have been a good option for me as a quarterback in my era. I'm not sure. With a name like that, it couldn't have failed. But thanks, Rod. It's even more special tonight for me because my brother Paul stands with me, beside me tonight, so that's very, very important to me. I would like to thank the Legends of Laurier Committee for nominating myself and truly grateful for this great honor. When looking out at the crowd tonight, I see so many familiar faces, teammates and friends, and what makes this honor even more special is that my wife Jane and my daughter Annika are here. And my nieces and nephews and in-laws, so they all made the effort to make it up too. So, although Jane and Annika have never witnessed my time at Laurier, I'm sure they've heard enough stories about my glory days to know and understand how precious this time was at Laurier for me, and how my experience as a Golden Hawk helped shape me and become the person that stands up in front of you tonight. My path to WLU was made easier having a star big brother already here and established on the roster. It wasn't a difficult decision. My first choice was Laurier, and my distant second was Western. And whenever a recruit is faced with that decision, we all know what the easy answer is. So I think I made the right decision there. My football career began in our backyard and in the schoolyards, playing with my brothers and our friends. As Paul has mentioned a reference, that's where we truly nurtured our love for the game. There wasn't a free moment that we weren't playing football from spring until fall. And I didn't even put on a football uniform until grade 11 at Barrie Innistill School. Okay? And as mentioned, it was an easy decision to transition to Golden Hawks football. Such a strong tradition of great players and coaches. Even back then, WLU was a program to be reckoned with. It did take a few years for me to become established and comfortable, but learning from great receiver coaches over the years, such as Coach Dagg, Coach Rose, Coach Protopappas, Coach Ray Owens, just to mention a few, certainly helped. And of course, the list of other legendary coaches at Laurier over my 5 years playing here include the late, great Rich Newbro, really like a father figure to me. Gary Jeffries, although never coached me, many in this room can attest to know the kind of influence he can have on someone. Clark Eady and Tom Arnott. Just to mention a few, you have all been instrumental in my success as a player and a person. My first training camp, like many others in this room, I felt like a little fish in a big pond. I have no right to be here. But when I got past their big mustaches and beards and their deep voices and their intimidating stares, I realized that maybe I did belong. Maybe I could make a difference to this program. After all, I too can grow facial hair. And I've played with some great players as well. Many are here this evening, but there are a couple I want to mention. For a few years in a row, we had the best receiving corps in the country, bar none. And I was paired up with one of the best receivers that ever wore a Hawks uniform, in my opinion, Ken Ivrer. The softest hands I ever saw. And this was back in the days when WLU football was transitioning from a run-first offense to a balance of pass-run. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the player that perhaps have had the biggest influence on me, both as a player and a person. Number 10, but number 1 in my heart. Where is he? Rod Philp. Back there. We came in the same year. We graduated together. We drank out of the Yates Cup together. We lived together. Okay, and I cannot forget also many of the other great players who are in attendance tonight, too, that helped make my time at Laurier such a special time. The friendships I've made, the love I feel for all the players that I've played with, it can't be measured. I cannot put a value on it, but it can be summed up in 3 words that tell all there is to know about this generation of players that I played with, especially the '87 team. And those 3 words are brothers for life. If there's one message I have for all of you Hawks out here tonight, it's this. It's to embrace your experience at Laurier, cherish your teammates, the coaching staff, the training staff, the fans, the community. All have been and will continue to be a huge part of your life. Our '87 team was special. It's a special, special team. Our closeness and togetherness, I don't think, can be surpassed maybe by any team that has come and gone here at Laurier. But I believe we have had such a strong bond is not because of our successes. I think it's more because of our failures, to be honest. We grew as a team, eventually becoming one of the best programs in the country, but only after many challenges and setbacks. Although we did not win the Vanier Cup, we lost in the Churchill Bowl with seconds left on a pass from Rod Philp to myself that was intercepted. I know. There was still something very special about that team, that experience that brought us closer together. Yes, we were the Yates Cup champs, but we were more than that. We were brothers for life. We all realized it wasn't our successes that made us tight. It was the battles in the trenches, embracing adversity and accepting the challenges and opportunities that came our way when success did not. And your experiences may help shape who you are, but don't let them define who you are. Rather, let who you are define your experiences. And after graduation, your friendships, your experiences that you've made at WLU, you should never lose these. In fact, you should continue to foster them. There are many current players here tonight that I saw walking around that no doubt will someday be standing up here as well. Don't forget your path and your roots, because, as to quote a Chinese proverb, when your roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. Your career as a player at Laurier is a journey intertwined with love and hate, victory and defeat, friends and foes, wins and losses, pain and joy. Embrace all of this, as all of it is key to becoming the best possible person that you can be. Go Hawks. Thanks very much.
First off, I'd like to start off by thanking the Legends of Laurier Committee for choosing me to be inducted into the Legends of Laurier. Also, congratulations to all the other people being inducted tonight as well. I am sure you're as honored as I am. It is truly an amazing honor to be standing here tonight. Hard to believe that if it wasn't for Tuffy going to scout another player in Collingwood, and just by chance I was playing for his opponent that day and I was one that had the great game, I would not be standing here tonight. Not in my wildest dreams did I ever think or even dream about entering the Legends of Laurier the first time I ever stepped on the practice field at Laurier in 1983. I clearly remember being so nervous and wondering, what the hell have I gotten myself into? The other players that were already playing for Laurier were huge, had beards. And I quickly realized I was not back at Innisdale playing along other young kids my size, even on the old line, but rather I was smack in the middle of playing football with men. And to make matters worse, I had to room at camp with Nolan Duke. He was the starting center at the time. I was afraid to move, speak, or breathe in a room with him. He had this quiet, subdued, don't speak unless spoken to kind of personality, and don't make the offensive line look bad in any way vibe to him. Needless to say, I did what he told me to do, and all kidding aside, it was probably the best thing for me. I just shut up and played. As it turned out, I had a good enough camp that allowed me to play and had players on my offense like Mike Wilson, Courtney Taylor, Randy Burbanski, and many others helped me along the way, and guys on defense like Dave Lovegrove, Alex Troop, Dave Scholdice, just to name a few, that didn't destroy me in practice. That was the one scary defense for sure. I was fortunate and blessed to survive 3 years playing at Laurier Football. Some years, record-wise, were better than others, but without a doubt, if it wasn't for the support of my teammates and coaches, this night would not be happening for me. I have made many lasting friendships with teammates over the years, thanks to being part of the Laurier football program. To the many coaches I had that influenced my career at Laurier, especially my first year, on both sides of the ball, Coach Dagg, Coach Arnott, Coach Schmitz, Coach Jeffries, and especially Coach Newbro, and of course, Coach Tuffy Knight, who was the main reason I attended Laurier. His passion and desire for me to attend Laurier was so evident, I had my mind made up even before my first ever visit to Laurier had ended. It goes without saying that the support of my family and friends throughout the 3 years at Laurier was the backbone of my survival. And success. My dad never missed a home game at Laurier, rarely missed a road game as well, always brought a carload of food and my favorite Pop Shop Pop every weekend. To my brother John, thank you for all the support you gave myself and Joe every year we played at Laurier. You were our biggest fan by far. Thank you for that. Thanks to my mother, who I know prayed every second of the day that Joe and I played, praying that we would never get hurt in a game. And God bless her heart, she loved that we played, and to this day, I don't think she ever attended a game or watched in front of the TV just because she couldn't bear to see one of us get hurt. She would listen from the kitchen, though, and to my two sisters, Ann and Teresa, I know they had no clue about football and why we were even playing in the first place, but both Joe and I know that you supported and cheered for us every step of the way. Thank you for that, girls. Thank you also goes out to my great friend Tim, who is in attendance tonight to support Joe and I on being inducted. Tim was our high school quarterback, and he was the one tossing pitch outs and passes my way to make me look good. Thanks, Winner. And to brother Joe. Congrats, Joe, on an amazing career here at Laurier. If anyone deserves this honor, it most certainly is you. It was a pleasure playing alongside of you for 2 years, even when I would yell at you for dropping a pass or missing a block, which, by the way, rarely happened on both accounts. Thanks, Joey. Last but certainly not least, I would love to thank my kids for attending tonight and supporting grumpy old dad. Sam, Zach, Sarah, and Matt, as well as their spouses Kerr, Erica, and Jesse. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me that you are here, celebrating tonight with me and, of course, Uncle Joe. See, your old man wasn't lying when he said he was pretty good at playing football. I am very honored, humbled, and thankful for this induction tonight. My time at Laurier was amazing, and I will never forget it. I will always bleed purple and gold. Go Hawks. Thank you.